I have just placed it in, and all the bolts are tight, and this is going to be the inaugural test. It's in back here just in case. Putting some oil into the bearings. I do that a lot of times, and it's not centralised. I won't even say it's close. So some closening up of the centralisation is going to have to happen. Next, I'm going to check for clearance. I'm going to have to be using a boring bar, which will be on there like that. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to be using a boring bar. So we'll just have a look at the clearance on that. So by the time we get to boring, which will be somewhere there, and then actually going in, while I am touching the bolt now, it will be clouting everything. Everything will be getting clouted right now. So I'm going to have to run with more stick out. Two options I've got here. I can put the shorter bolts in, if I can find them. Sure I can. Put some shorter bolts in there. Pretty these weren't fully threaded. That would make them shorter because I could just push down on these lands here. So I can put the shorter bolts in, or I can extend out the reach of the boring bar. I've got to do one or two. I'll have to put it into neutral just in case. So at that point then, we are now colliding with a tool post, and I've not even begun to cut yet. And that would be colliding with the tool post. So I'm going to sort that out. I think we'll agree I've got rid of the clashing of the bolts situation. So now I should be able to bore all the way down. Let's see. Just bring it all the way in. Right. I've got to go round and sort of. I hope we're hitting something. What we're hitting. I think that proves it because I've just clashed with the bottom of the. Touch the tip on it. Never did. But yeah, I can go all the way down now, so that's a little bit off the bottom. I think it's still going to clash on something that's slightly higher. Yes, it is. So I don't know how they bored the inside of that out, but they did. Bring that out into right there. Yeah, it's not in centralised, stupid. Right. So, being careful, not in gear. That will not clash with the bolts now. Literally, I could take some out of the overhang of the boring bar now, which I might well do to try and get the best finish possible. Since this will be a bearing surface, but if you look inside there, you can see the boring bar. Inside of my finger is now here, yeah, and that's all the way down to the bottom as far as it can go anyway. Sweet. Yeah, got to be careful when I'm doing this one. This is what's taken me so long. I've been procrastinating on it because it's going to be difficult. It's the first time I've used the face plate. So the next order of operations, I am going to square it up as best as possible. I want to do that as expediently as possible. So I am going to, first of all, get rid of all the tools out of the tooling area. Then we'll take out the chuck. Clean the chuck handle off. Extend that out a bit. Whap in a centre. Give that some serious extension. 3 inches, so we're going to do that 2.5. Lock it up and bring you in. You'll follow it because you are attached to the tailstock. You will see what's happening because you'll be coming across with it now. I think you're getting the idea of what's happening. Still need a little bit more in there. Still need a little bit more. And we're just about there now. And to be fair, I can tighten that up. Yeah, it's a little bit off. Right. So we're just going to slacken all these off a little bit. Just the nuts on each one. That one's quite tight indeed. Basically I'm supported by the centre now, so I'm not too worried about it being a little bit loose. In fact, I'm hoping the centre will force it across, and it has. I think I've actually pressed the bearing out a bit doing that. Right, so we'll nip them up a little bit more now. Just so when I hit it with the hammer it still moves, but it's not easy to move like that with the centre, just centralised it very easily. That's a bit too tight. Just nip it, there we go. So we'll unlock the centre, take that out. It should now be somewhere close. And since we're in the cutting range now, just checking the bolts don't clash. Yeah, we're clear. Everything's internal to the faceplate, so we should be able to go right up till the bolts are clashing. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, I've got my little folds of aluminium protecting the face up here. Let's do some DTI work. Bring you back when I'm set up for that. So I've got my finger DTI, and obviously the lighting will be glaring everywhere. There, that's better. We'll bring this one out, and does it glare it over? If I get in the right angle it won't glare it too much. There we go. So I've got a bit of light coming down to it now. So I've got the finger DTI, and I'm making sure it's not going to touch me aluminium shims at the moment. And well, it's going to touch that one. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Don't know what I'm going to do yet for that. Oh, amazing. Is it going to touch that one? Let's see. Yeah, clout. Okay. Get that out of the way. Decide what I'm going to do. through, screwdriver. Whoa, don't scratch everything, man. Well, for the time being, I'll be able to get me detail in there. When I start the boring operations, that will get cut out. But like I say, for now, DTI can come in, and it is behind the aluminium there now. And I can just adjust it up a little bit so it's fully on. Right, so we're going to get full facial contact there. And no fouling. We can still see the needle, so bring that round to 0 and see what we got. 5, that's half a thou, 1 thou. So we've got basically 1 thou of face run out, straight out the container. Not even tight yet. Okay, not bad. Next, we will bring that down a little bit and see what we got in here. Hopefully that is slightly below. When I bring it onto the surface, it will move. Nope. So that's 0. Let's see how close to 10, 25, 27, 28 thousandths. I always get confused with these, so I have to touch it to see which way it's going. Okay. So that is coming up towards me, coming up towards me, coming up towards me, coming up towards me. That's the high. Now it starts going away. So if I just tap it at the top here, if I just tap it up here, that should take some of that out. So, copper mallet. Don't know exactly what's happening there, but it should be somewhere close. Yep, so that's still the high. Just give it a few more taps there. That's perfectly concentric now. To the bearing in the centre, that's within half a thou. So I think I'll take the bearing in the centre, since that will be half decent, surely. Who knows? Let's see what that's like on this face now, because this face has got a drilling on it, let's face it. So that's the little tick. And 1, 2, There's two thou there, but there's nothing in the centre. Oh, yeah. I think we'll take the bearing in the centre and we'll go from that. Yep, sounds good. Push that back up to an angle again. Get somewhere close and see what the face looks like now again. Make sure it's not going to touch. It's not. No. Bring that on, zero it out. Around about a thou still. Thou and a half. So I think that is good enough. Hopefully that is tight enough. Next, got the camera right. Next I'm going to bore that out. So the more observant of you might notice what I've done. I will explain. I wasn't quite happy with the run out on everything. So I took the whole lot off and I've stoned the surface of the faceplate just lightly, gone across it with a really fine stone. You might see it's a little bit more shiny than just pure staining of rust colour. Well, that was the post-electrolysis colour. That is the extremely light stoning colour. So it looks just slightly better now. There's a few mottled discolorations around the top here, you might see them. A few mottled colours around here. But basically now that has been stoned all the way around and it just looks slightly shiny now. And also stoned the bottom of the casting ever so slightly. Face run out is half a thou. Bearing run out in the centre is perfect. I'd need a better resolution. It flickers ever so slightly. That could be just a little bit of dirt inside it. But there's 3.5 thou on this. So I'm taking the bearing as a perfect surface. Since there's no undulation on it, it must be circular. And it is in line with the lathe. So, you know. Right, we've got memory problems on the thing. I think I've just filled up storage on the device. Anyway, we've got 2522. Yeah, we'll get there. Good grief. I'll add it. About that, which is about 64.1. So if I bring it out to 65 mil, well, that's close enough. That's 2558. So that's 36 thousandths total to come out to get to 20. So I'll take 36 thousandths out, eh? 19 per side. 19 per side. 19 times 2. Right. Here we go. Shall we see what it runs like? One last check of tightness. Pretty certain we're all tight. Yep, that's tight. Let's see what we're running like then. This is about what we're talking. 5 times less. 600 RPM. Is it going to take 600 RPM? So yeah, that's 600 RPM. That's not too vibratory, I can handle that. Yep, that's looking good. Okay. Boring bar. Do I use the small boring bar, which is excellent. This leaves an absolutely amazing finish. Is it going to clear? Check it out. Because since it's set up, I don't want to adjust it, if you know what I'm saying. Take it back out of gear again. Yeah, it's the right one. Ooh. How close are we? That's extremely close. How far down is that? It's not really cutting it all the way down, it's cutting it deep enough. Alright, set my stop up at that. So I can't run any further in than that. And, well, right, I can't do any fouling now at that, even if I get out of hand. I've set up a nice stop. See the stops before my lathe, they're down here. Bring the carriage out of the way. That's the stop I've just set up, just that one there, make sure it's tight. So when it comes down, I'll just come to a stop and it don't hit. And there's just a small little hairline gap all the way around now. It won't help if you put it in gear. Come in for a touch. There's my touch. Let's get some zero going on. Zero. So I want to take out 3.5 thou because that's what my run out is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 thousandths. Shall I power feed it in? Let's engage some gears. So we get noisier now. Power feeds on. That's just way too slow for starting. That's better. Bring it in closer. Let's see what we get. Didn't quite clean up, it's touching most of the way around. I thought I was going to clean up all the way around since it was 3.5 thou there, but there we go. Right, let's do another one. Run. Taking out another 4 thou. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking right now I want to set up a stop. What's it cleaned up like? It's nearly cleaned up all the way now. It's cleaned up all the way out the front. Get a measurement out of it now. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, the bearings are sitting there nicely. I want a higher speed than that for my finish though. That's not a very good finish. I'm not sure if my tool is knackered. No, it's holding up alright. I want a higher surface speed than that for that. It's not doing exactly what I want. I might try another insert in it. That's not doing what it normally does. What we got in this one? Try swap ends and see if I get a better finish. It does feel very smooth. Just doesn't look very smooth. Feels beautiful. I think it'll be alright. I think it'll be fine. We'll leave it as. It's good enough. Yeah, it's looking really good with the oil on it. Really good. I think it's just dragging stuff around with it. Right, so I took 8 thou of the 19 out that I want to take. I think I'm going to take a measurement at that, because that's completely round now. So that's what we want. We want 2, 5, 5, oh, 2,560, I think. 2,560. Let me write it down, otherwise I will forget. 2.560 is what we're aiming for. Then if I make the bush exactly 65 mil, that will be 0.1 millimeters of clearance, which will give it clearance, and it'll be nice. So 2,560 we're going for. We've got 2,525 at the moment. I'm going to get some snap gauges and see what's happening. I'll bring you back then. Okay, I don't know what exactly happened on the recording. I've got 15,190, 180 megabytes left, and 79, 77, 75 and so on and so forth going nuts. I've got lots of memory left. But the phone cut out. I think it cuts out if it doesn't see things, so if I don't do stuff like this in front of it, it cuts out. Basically, I was boring this out to 260, and I've hit that bang on the mark. Then I wasn't happy with the surface down here. It had a great big lump of cast iron crap right where my finger is there. So I faced all the way down the bottom of it, from the centre out, It did have a stamp in there saying 8. I can't see it anymore, but I'm not bothered. Didn't quite make it to the edge. I'm not going to take any more out. I just wanted it flat all the way across so it looks better when it's to pieces. So that looks great in there now. And I centralised this central bore as well, so just spin it up in that gear so you can see it. I know the outside of that central boss doesn't look concentric. I might just do that. Should we just do that? Right, there's a stop, and as you can see it's down here. Let's show you it. It's there, it's on 0, 0 and 0. I don't know if you can see a lot of this. Flip it in. You can see a bit. And we're clear. So yeah, I could have taken that further, but bring that back around the right way. Carry on taking that inside edge down. About there. And that will do. It's looking pretty good apart from what I was saying. Looking pretty good apart from the little ding that I made. I said I can find it. It's obviously going to be pretty apparent. It's a little ding. It's right there. Right under my fingernail. Bugger. I could just make the chamfer bigger. It would disappear. I think I'm just going to do that. We're still clear? Yes, we are. Okay. So that's just made the chamfer 10 times bigger. Now it's a noticeable chamfer, but that should have got rid of the ding.
nearly, I can still just see it's right here. Take a bit more out. That chamfer's massive now.
No, it's going to look like a chamfer instead of just like kissing the edge and cleaning it up. Not to worry.
Yeah, I've got it. I think it was there. Not quite got it. Yes, just in that. I'll just do the deburr tool, just to out that last little bit out. I don't want to do the deburr tool, but yeah, that's got it. Okay, cool.
No drama. No drama at all. I mean, there is a bit of drama, but I took out too much material. I was a bit upset. But not that much drama. Now that is entirely 105 million times percentage better. Let's put it back in back gear and see what it looks like on video spinning up. Because that was a complete mess of wobbliness. Let's see what it looks like now. There's still a bit that hasn't cleaned up, is there? Looks like there's still a bit that hasn't cleaned up. I think that's going to be acceptable. Still looks like there's a bit that hasn't been cleaned up. Oh, isn't that exciting? Let's see what we're looking at. I think it's just here. Yeah, it's just here. Just not quite cleaned up. Oh, it's looking better. I ain't taking any more out of it than that. Might do. I'm not taking them all gone, then I might do. It's still, it's not far, is it, just to clean up? It's just a little bit around this edge. I don't want to go into the bearing, if you know what I mean. I don't want to, yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Leave it at that. But next on the agenda is the thing, the rotary table itself. So this is what we're talking about. Obviously goes in there. For a start, this face, let's bring it out a bit. Got some kind of angle going on. This face is slightly out of true to the land which I can hold it on now. That's bent and off centre. And I'm going to be turning this diameter down. Not this outside diameter, this next diameter down. I'm going to be turning that diameter down by about 1 millimetre. I'm going to be facing this back ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Not a lot at all. Just, and that's funny. Bring that back. I'm going to be machining that land there down, sleeving it and making it longer. Yep, sleeving it and making it longer. I'm going to try and make it solid actually, I think, what I'm going to try and do.